As its name suggests, The Pathless is a game without direction, but not in its sense of gameplay, but in its world design. The open world island is presented with vast landscapes open for traversing any way you like. It's that sense of freedom of exploration and maneuvering that's the foundation and DNA of this title, continuing developer Giant Squid's tradition of abstract and beautiful looking games. The Pathless has you take on the role of the Hunter, a master archer sent on a quest to a now cursed island. Plenty of warriors have tried and failed to free the island of its curse, now only leaving you to finish what they started. As you explore the island, you'll come across all sorts of shadow foes in the forms of fallen gods overtaken by the curse. Luckily, you'll forge your own bonds like with your eagle companion that proves to be a vital asset in the puzzle solving as much as it is in the movement. Across its 6 to 7 hour campaign, I was pleasantly surprised to see how the Pathless executed its storytelling. Without much guidance in its story nor gameplay, most of its intricate story bits come from the fallen heroes across the island. As you find the bodies of these fallen warriors, you'll learn how they came to fall and about themselves. Through its environmental storytelling, I was easily entranced in the story this world had to tell, despite it not being the most unique. The Pathless is a third-person action-adventure game with its movement mechanics at the forefront. As the hunter, you'll traverse the open meadows, snowy tundra, and vast open nature landscapes. All around this island are floating gems that, when shot, increase your stamina gauge. It's this same gauge that fuels all your nimble movements. Holding down the triggers makes the hunter run, but also drains their stamina, so as you run, you'll have to shoot these gems around you to keep the speed streak going. Aiming at these gems is quite easy with the game guiding your aim, and your part is being more of getting a full charge shot or a half charge shot for a bonus stamina point. Living true to its name, you're never told explicitly what to do, but using your vision ability, you're able to see waypoints and clues toward what you're supposed to do. Across each of the sandboxes, points of interest will show up in red, usually hinting that this is an area worth exploring. That's the closest you'll get to any sort of direction or guide in the campaign, and though it seems minimalistic, I was able to decipher it quite easily. Among these points of interest are watchtowers looming over the world beneath it. These require charms to be activated, and you'll find these hidden away throughout the map with puzzles guarding them. This was the usual gameplay loop, finding charms by solving puzzles with the help of your agility and falcon companion. These would consist of activating torches with your arrows and having your bird carry weights to switches, just to name a few examples. These puzzles were a mix of both easy and challenging, though not all of them are required. There's plenty of secrets and hidden items throughout the campaign, though some act more as replay value for those seeking more from the shorter campaign lane. The cherry on top of exploring this world are the encounters with the bosses. These are cursed and fierce creatures that loom in red hue with every area. Get close enough and you'll be separated from your bird, risking losing out on the crystals used to upgrade its flight in the process. It's intimidating and always made me wary of getting close to them. When you do finally get all the watchtowers activated, you'll finally be able to tackle on the area's boss, and they're quite the sight. These multiple part fights are cinematic masterpieces that take everything you've learned so far about movement and puts it to the test. With multiple next-gen games like Call of Duty Cold War and Spider-Man Miles Morales, it was actually the Pathless that got my adrenaline going the most often, and it was because of these amazing boss fights. Think of the fusion of a chase scene with a bit of a dungeon crawler boss, mixed in with the fluid rhythmic movement of the hunter. They made me have a blast with every boss encounter. Like their title Abzu before it, the Pathless is absolutely beautiful. The default POV is expansive, giving you a wide open view of the world before you. Running through the blades of grass, seeing them sway along to your movement, and the volumetric god rays shining down on you, it's simply lovely. The developer Giant Squid has had a knack for creating these astonishing landscapes, and nothing is lost with the Pathless. Even character models that have this sort of Unity engine look to them still shine with their unique character designs. The ambient occlusion, along with how the environment was designed, evokes a sense of curiosity while exploring the old ruins of civilizations that lived here before. When it came to performance, I had no trouble running this on my old PC setup consisting of a GTX 1060 and an i7 4790K. I had performance cranked up to 1080p 60fps on ultra settings, and it performed flawlessly. While I didn't play on a PS4 or a PS5, there are both a resolution and performance mode for both of them that either prioritize higher resolution or higher frame rate. With the game all about fast-paced movement, I can't recommend going the frame rate route enough. With Austin Winry at the forefront of the Pathless soundtrack, this game's soundtrack is nothing short of marvelous. The live orchestra recording sent shivers down my spine as it makes some of the most impactful moments in the game. While yes, the boss battles were fantastic in their own right, they wouldn't be this amazing if it weren't for the music backing it up. The mix of horns, drums, and strings crafted these moments of suspense, wonder, and tranquility. You'll go through a magical journey not only through its visuals, but in its music. The Pathless was a wonderful journey of exploration and tranquility. Running through this vast open world along with the beautiful soundtrack, it was so easy to get lost in it. Its story, though quite simple, was enough to keep my attention, while its gameplay was the real hook along with its presentation. I think it'll be easy to get lost in the next-gen hype and go for the AAA title releases with the PS5. I would recommend not letting that get in the way of checking out all the cool indies coming out as well, such as The Pathless.